Hello students, welcome to the class again. Okay, so previously we were doing the first unit of the physics, that is electrostatics. तो उसका first chapter शुरू किया था हमने, that is charges and the electric force. Okay, so some of the portion we have done earlier, so that you can see in the chapter I have uploaded in the YouTube. Okay, so what we have done up to this: charge, friction electricity and its cause, electrostatic induction, charging your body by electrostatic induction and by conduction, properties of the charges, quantum nature of charge, conservative and invariance nature of charge, Coulomb's law, Coulomb's constant, about permittivity of the medium, relative permittivity and dielectric constant, Coulomb's law in vector form, and properties of the Coulomb's force. So up to this we have done. Now I will start with the next topic, that is the Coulomb's law in terms of the position vectors. Okay, so that directly that article that topic doesn't come directly in the examination, but in the numerical point of view it is important. Okay, so we will do the Coulomb's law in terms of position vector. In terms of so this is a Cartesian system in 3 dimension or in a certain region of space, and a charge q1, point charge q1 is lying at this point, let this point is A, and it has the position vector of r1, and another charge is lying at point B, let this charge is q2 and has the position vector of r2 relative to the origin of some coordinate system. Okay, and we have to find the force on q1 and q2. Right here again, for convenience, we will suppose that q1 and q2 are the similar charges, either both are positive or both are negative. Okay, so force will be then positive. Okay, product of the charges is positive, so force positive आएगी इसमें. So that's why for convenience we will take the charges are similar. Okay, so now again we will define a vector which is from q1 to q2. We will write it as a r12 vector, and another vector which join q2 with q1, so we will define it as a r21 vector, and the magnitude of r21 and r12 is equal to AB, that is the distance between the charges. Okay, so as we have supposed that charges are similar, so they repel each other, and q2 will repel each other radially. Okay, so force on q1 due to q2 is F12 vector, and force on q2 by q1 it is F21, force on q2 by q1. Okay, now we'll find the value of F12 and F21 in terms of the position vector, right? So first we'll find force on q1 by q2. F12, according to the Coulomb's law, it will be equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Okay, product of the charges, scale of the distance, and direction. It is directed from B to A, so we will write 2 1 vector. Okay, now 2 1 vector magnitude, it is unit vector, and 2 1 vector magnitude is equal to AB or BA itself. AB लेगा BA इसके बराबर ही है. Okay, and it is equal to R12 vector magnitude, right? So this one AB 1 2 हो या 2 1 हो, both are equal and opposite, magnitude बराबर है. So in place of AB I will write R21 magnitude square. Okay, so now I will find the value of R21. I will just change little bit. Now our unit vector can be written as R21 vector divided by its magnitude. So here I will write r vector divided by its magnitude. Okay, so what will happen, this is same, तो इसकी पावर हो जाएगी 3 and we can leave it. So this will be the force on Q1 by Q2. Now we have to put the value of R21 vector and R12 vector, whatever here it is. So in this triangle OAB, so we can write OA vector plus AB vector is equal to OB vector. So this implies जो AB vector है it is R12 vector, it will be equal to OB minus OA. So this implies R12 will be equal to R2 vector minus R1 vector. In the same way जो BA है it is written as R21 vector. तो on the other way we can write BA is equal to position vector of A minus position vector of B, final minus initial. इस तरह से निकाल सकते हैं हम position vector of A minus position vector of B. तो ट्रायंगल लॉ लगा लो या इन मैथमेटिकल फॉर्म लगा सकते हैं in terms of the position vector. Both way we can find. That's why I have done one way over here and the other method over here. Okay, so ये क्या बन जाएगा फिर R21 vector will be equal to R1 vector minus R2 vector. Okay, so now I'll put the value of R21 in this expression. We'll get the force on Q1 by Q2, that is F12 will be equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught product of the charges, and here will be R1 vector minus R2 vector magnitude cube, because it is a cube of the magnitude is there, right? So magnitude cube R21 will be equal to R1 vector minus R2 vector. So this is the Coulomb's law in terms of the position vector. This gives the force on Q1 by Q2 in terms of position vector. In the same way अगर ये निकालना आपने force on 2 due to 1, so I will write 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught product of the charges, and डायरेक्शन किधर को है, इस तरफ है R12 यूनिट वेक्टर, एंड यहाँ स्केयर ऑफ द मैग्नीट्यूड आएगा, उसको भी लिख सकते हैं R2 वेक्टर मैग्नीट्यूड स्केयर. Here again we place the unit vector with the vector and magnitude, R12 vector divided by R12 magnitude. This implies F21 will be equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon R12 magnitude cube and R12 vector. Now I'll put the value of R12 over here, so it will become F21 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 R2 vector minus R1 vector magnitude cube and R2 vector minus R1 vector. So this is the force on Q2 by Q1. Force on Q2 by Q1. Force on Q1 by Q2 is this. So this is the mathematical formula of the Coulomb's law in terms of the position vector of the charges. So directly article नहीं आता है, right? इसको फार्मूला पर यूज होगा, ओके, न्यूमेरिकल में या और जो है डेरिवेशन में फार्मूला यूज कर सकते हैं, पर डेरिवेशन जो है इट सेल्डम कम्स, ओके. सो फार्मूला इंपॉर्टेंट है क्योंकि न्यूमेरिकल आ जाता है. अगर हम दोनों को कंपेयर करते हैं तो ये वैल्यू तो सेम ही आने वाली है, इट इज अ मैग्नीट्यूड, एंड हियर वेक्टर इज R1 minus R2, here vector is R2 minus R1. माइनस साइन निकालेंगे बाहर तो सेम हो जाएगा. तो here again you can prove that F21 vector will be equal to minus F12 vector. So here again we can show that the Coulomb's forces हैं, they obey the Newton's third law of motion, they form action-reaction pair. Okay, पहले भी हम शो करके आए हैं इसको कि न्यूटोनियन है Coulomb's law, right? या Coulomb forces, right? Here again we can show that in terms of position vector, Coulomb forces are Newtonian and they form action-reaction pair. Okay, so this is the Coulomb's law in vector form, and I told you earlier that this formula is applicable mainly in the numericals, useful in numerical. So we will do the numerical on this basis. Okay. So how this formula can be used? Let us suppose two charges are given, and first charge is this Q1, and its value is say 5 microcoulomb, and has the position is 1, 2, minus 3. Okay, and another charge is given over here Q2, say it has a charge of 8 microcoulomb and it has a position of say 1, 1 and minus 1. Okay, so these two charges are given and these are the coordinates, right? You have to find the force on Q1 by Q2 and force on Q2 by Q1. Okay, so we have to find the force F12, force on Q1 by Q2. According to formula, it is given by 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught product of the charges and distance r1 minus r2 vector magnitude cube and r1 vector minus r2 vector. So this is the formula for the force on Q1 by Q2. Now the coordinates are given, so we can find the position vector of the Q1. So r1 will be I cap plus 2j cap minus 3k cap. ये coordinates दिए हैं x I cap 2j cap minus 3k cap. In the same way r2 can find r2 will be equal to I cap plus j cap minus k cap, यानी कि 1 I cap 2j cap minus k cap. Okay, so for this formula we have to find r1 minus r2, r1 minus r2, r1 minus r2 करके this minus this, ये बन जाएगा हमारे पास I cap minus I cap 0 I cap, this minus this it will be equal to j cap, and this minus this it will be equal to minus 2k cap. I need magnitude also, r1 minus r2 magnitude, so it will be 0 square plus 1 square plus minus 2 square and square root. Okay, it is 1, it is 4, it is square root 5. So it is given in SI systems course. You can write meter, so it will be meter. Okay, so now the force F12 will be F12 is equal to 9 into 10 raised to power 9 product of the charges 5 into 10 raised to power minus 6 coulomb and 8 into 10 raised to power minus 6, and magnitude cube r1 minus r2 magnitude cube, it means that root 5 cube. Okay, and r1 minus r2 vector, we write vector this one 0 I cap plus j cap minus 2k cap. So this will be equal to it is 5 root 5 हो जाएगा, ये 40 हो गया, 9 यहाँ से आ गया and 10 raised to power minus 3, and here 0 I cap plus j cap minus 2k cap. So this is the Newton force on Q1 by Q2 in terms of the vector. So vector force आएगी यहाँ से, इसका मैग्नीट्यूड निकाल सकते हैं आप, ठीक है. यू कैन सॉल्व इट योरसेल्फ, अपने आप सॉल्व कर लेना. तो यहाँ लेक्चर में थोड़ा लेंथी हो जाएगा सॉल्व करना, रैशनलाइज करके यू कैन सॉल्व इट. ओके, सो विल गेट द आंसर आफ्टर सॉल्विंग दिस, एंड वी विल गेट द आंसर इन टर्म्स ऑफ द कार्टेशियन कोऑर्डिनेट सिस्टम और इन टर्म्स ऑफ द पोजीशन वेक्टर. Okay, so in terms of the vector form. Okay, so in this way we can find the force on Q2 by Q1, F21. Okay, so that need to calculate, just reverse the sign, because F21 is minus F12, right? It will be equal to minus of 72 by root 5, 10 raised to minus 3, 0 I cap plus j cap minus 2k cap, and if you absorb the negative sign, it will become 72 by root 5 10 raised to minus 3 0 I cap minus j cap plus 2 k cap Newton. So in this way this formula is useful to find the force on the charges when the charges are given in terms of the positions. Okay. Next topic is very important. So why important? Because it is a bit new concept, that is the superposition principle of the electrostatic forces. Okay. So in case of the Coulomb's law, we can find the force between the two charges. दो पॉइंट चार्जेस हैं, उसमें फोर्स निकालनी है, दैट कैन बी फाउंड इन स्केलर फॉर्म में निकालना है, आपने वेक्टर फॉर्म में निकालना है, बोथ तो फॉर्म यू कैन फाइंड, right? But if there are many charges interacting, okay, there are number of charges 3 4 5 6 7 and more than that charges are there, then how to find the force on a given charge when there are number of charges? Okay, so in that case, in addition with the Coulomb's law, एक और हमें प्रिंसिपल यूज करना पड़ेगा, and that is called the superposition principle of the electric forces, right? तो वो स्टडी करने वाले हैं, that is important. जो वो डेरिवेशन है, sometime it comes in the examination. Okay. Superposition principle of electric forces or the electrostatic forces. Okay, so this principle is used to find the charge, find the force on a given charge when there are number of charges are interacting. Okay, so number of charges हैं और एक चार्ज को फोर्स निकालनी है, right? You have to use this principle along with the Coulomb's law. Okay, so principle is very simple, not a difficult part. मान लो एक चार्ज पड़ा हुआ है यहाँ, that it is Q charge, that is QI, and a charge is lying over here, Q1, another charge is lying over here, that it is Q2, and one charge is lying over here, that it is Q3, and there are number of charges. Okay, and we wish to find the force on QY due to all these charges, all the point charges. So what we have to do, superposition principle says that find the force on QY, right, by the individual charge. हर एक की अलग अलग निकालो, यानी कि Q1 की force निकालो, it may be attractive or repulsive. So for convenience we will suppose it is repulsive. It is the force on I charge due to the first charge. Okay, then find the force by Q2 on QI, like this. Force on I charge due to the second charge. In this way, you can find the force by Q3 on QI, like this. And the same way you can find the forces exerted by the all the charges individually, अलग अलग निकाल लेनी है. Okay, then what we have to do? We have to find the vector sum of all these forces. ये जो forces लग रही हैं इन सभी का vector sum ले लेना है. Okay, and this is the superposition principle. और इसमें एक और कंसेप्ट है कि the force between the two charges is not affected by the presence of the other. जब भी ये प्रिंसिपल अप्लाई करना है तो हमें हर एक की फोर्स निकालनी है सेपरेटली. ओके, Q1 की निकालनी है इसके ऊपर, Q2 की निकालनी है, Q3 की निकालनी है, राइट. जब फोर्स निकालनी है दो चार्जेस में, राइट, अदर चार्जेस की प्रेजेंस को आपने छोड़ देना है, राइट. यू विल फाइंड द फोर्स एज इफ अदर चार्जेस आर एब्सेंट, राइट. उनको आप काउंट ही नहीं करना है, उनका इन्फ्लुएंस होगा नहीं, बिकॉज ये प्रॉपर्टी है इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक फोर्स की, राइट. साइड में स्किप कर गया, पहले प्रॉपर्टी जो बताई थी मैंने उसमें एक और था कि इट इज नॉट अफेक्टेड बाय, जो कूलम्बिक फोर्स है, इट इज नॉट अफेक्टेड बाय द प्रेजेंस ऑफ द अदर चार्जेस नियर दैट चार्ज. ओके, इट्स मीन दैट फोर्स बिटवीन द टू चार्जेस इज नॉट अफेक्टेड बाय द प्रेजेंस ऑफ द अदर चार्जेस. सो वी विल फाइंड द फोर्स इंडिविजुअली, अलग अलग फोर्स निकालेंगे और सभी का वेक्टर सम कर देंगे. एंड दिस इज द सुपरपोजिशन प्रिंसिपल ऑफ द इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक फोर्सेस. So it states that force on a charge, force on a given charge, say QI, due to number of charges, और ये नंबर ऑफ चार्जेस कैसे हैं पहले बताया, पॉइंट चार्जेस होने चाहिए और रेस्ट में होने चाहिए, राइट, इज इक्वल टू द वेक्टर सम ऑफ the forces exerted by individual charges and force between any two charges will act as if other charges are absent, and this is the principle of the superposition principle of the forces. Okay, so इसके बाद जो नेट फोर्स आएगी, फोर्स ऑन द ith चार्ज according to this principle is the force on the ith charge due to the first charge, and force on the ith charge due to the second charge, force on the ith charge due to the third charge, and plus so on force on the ith charge due to the nth charge. So this is the superposition principle of the electrostatic forces. Okay, so अब इसको हम सॉल्व करेंगे मैथमेटिकली. यू हैव गिवन द पोजीशंस ऑफ द चार्जेस एंड वी विल फाइंड द मैथमेटिकल एक्सप्रेशन. समटाइम इट कम्स इन द एग्जामिनेशन, दैट्स व्हाई आई एम डूइंग इट. अदरवाइज बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. ओके, सो कंसेप्ट इंपॉर्टेंट था, कैसे निकालेंगे. न्यूमेरिकल में इंपॉर्टेंट है, बट समटाइम जो है वो डेरिवेशन एग्जाम में आ जाती है. ओके, सो दैट वी डू द सुपरपोजिशन प्रिंसिपल. Okay student, now we'll find the force on a point charge say Qi due to the number of charges around it by using the superposition principle of the electrostatic forces or electric forces. Suppose a point charge Qi is lying at some point in space and has a position vector Ri with respect to some coordinate system. Okay, and it is surrounded by the number of the charges. Say there are n point charges Q1, Q2, Q3 and so on. Q1 point charges are there. Right, and Qi has the position vector Ri, R1, Q2 has the position vector R2, Q3 has position vector R3 and so on. Qn has the position vector Rn. Now we have to find the net force on Qi due to all these charges. Okay, so उसको निकालने के लिए क्या करना है हमने, we will use the superposition principle of the electrostatic forces. What we have to do, we find the force due to the individual charge on this charge. अकेले अकेले की फोर्स निकालनी है कि Q1 की फोर्स कितनी है इसके ऊपर, Q2 की Q1 की फोर्स कितनी है, Q2 की फोर्स कितनी है, Q3 कितनी है, तो हम बाकी सभी की और Q1 की कितनी है. Then we will find the vector sum of all these forces and net force. उसके बाद वेक्टर सम करने के बाद आ जाएगी, that is given by the superposition principle of the electrostatic forces. Okay, so to find the charge on Qi due to 1, 2 and 3 charge, we use this formula we have done earlier. F12 is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 R1 minus R2 whole power cube R minus R2 vector. So according to the superposition principle, net force on ith charge is equal to the vector sum of the force exerted by the individual charge. Okay, and the forces between the two charges will act as if other charges are absent. मीन टू से अगर हमने Q1 की फोर्स निकालनी है Qi के ऊपर, हमें Q2, Q3, Q4 एंड बाकी चार्जेस जो हैं उसको कंसीडर करने की जरूरत नहीं है. उनको ऐसा सपोज करेंगे कि वो नहीं है. राइट, बिकॉज द फोर्स विद द टू चार्जेस इज नॉट अफेक्टेड बाय द प्रेजेंस ऑफ द अदर चार्जेस नियर इट. ओके, सो द फोर्स ऑन ith charge due to all the charges is equal to the force on ith charge due to the first charge and vector sum force on ith charge due to the second charge plus force on ith charge due to the third charge and plus so on force on ith charge due to nth charge. Okay, so this implies now force on ith charge due to first charge by using this principle. So formula that is called 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Qi Q1 Ri vector minus R1 vector magnitude cube and Ri minus R1 vector plus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Now force on Qi by second charge Fi2 will be equal to Qi Q2 Ri vector minus R2 vector magnitude cube and Ri minus R2 vector plus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Qi Q3 Ri minus R3 vector magnitude and Ri minus R3 vector and plus so on, and then we will write the force on the ith charge to the nth charge. It will be equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Qi Qn Ri vector minus Rn vector magnitude cube और यहाँ आ जाएगा Ri vector minus Rn vector. ओके, सो थोड़ा सिंप्लीफाई कर लेते हैं. 1 upon 4 pi epsilon जो है उसको बाहर निकाल लेते हैं. सो इट विल बिकम Qi Q1 Ri minus R1 vector magnitude Qi Q2 सेकेंड टर्म आएगी प्लस Qi Q3 Ri वेक्टर माइनस R3 वेक्टर मैग्नीट्यूड Q Ri माइनस R3 प्लस सो ऑन Qi Qn Ri माइनस Rn वेक्टर मैग्नीट्यूड Ri माइनस Rn. So you can write this in summation form. This implies Fi will be equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught summation j will vary 1 to n. It will be written as Qi Qj Ri minus Rj Q Ri minus Rj. Okay, so this is a net formula in case of summation. इसको summarize कर लेते हैं, sum कर लेते हैं, right? So here j is the index or dummy. It varies from 1 to n. I is constant. I charge है, ये ऐसे ही है. तो j vary करेगा 1 से लेके n तक. If we put j equal to 1, here I1 Q1 Ri minus R1 Q R1 minus Ri minus R1. So first factor will come. ठीक है? Summation mean plus. We take the value j2. अगर 2 लेंगे यहाँ 2 आ जाएगा, यहाँ 2 आ जाएगा, यहाँ 2 आ जाएगा, and it will be the force due to the second charge. Right? In the same way, we go on put the value of I and we get the next term, and then we put j equal to n. Right? We will get the last term, this one. Okay? So this is the formula to find the force on a given charge due to the number of charges. So it sometimes come in the examination, this part, definition of supervisory principle and derivation of the formula to find the force on a ith charge and given charge due to the number of charges around that. ठीक है? So sometimes it feels like simple addition is there, right? So you are adding the adding just like a number, but it's not a simple addition. It is a vector addition. Okay? तो जितनी ज़्यादा forces आती जाएंगी उतनी ज़्यादा addition जो है वो difficult होती जाती है. दो है तो आसान है, you can add them very easily, right? If you have 3, 4, 5 forces and more than that, then the applying formula to find the force, right, it becomes more and more difficult. So I will solve some numerical for you, right, to make you understand the basic concept of this force, this formula, how we use supervision principle. Okay? So first I will take very simple numerical, right? So to make you understand how this formula is being used, that is supervisory principle. Suppose a charge 1 Q1 is lying over here, say it has the value of 6 microcoulomb, and another charge is lying somewhere here, say it is Q2, and it has the value of 10 microcoulomb. Okay? And the distance between the charges Q1 and Q2, say it is equal to 20 centimeter. Now what I have done, I have placed a charge at the midpoint of the line joining the charges. Okay, यहाँ एक charge रख दिया मैंने. Let it charges Q3 जो charge है 5 microcoulomb charge जो है यहाँ place कर दिया है at midpoint the line joining the charges. Now we have to find the net force on Q3 due to Q1 and Q2. ओके इनके कारण जो है इसके ऊपर फोर्स निकालनी है हमें, राइट? सो अब वो कैसे निकालेंगे? सो यू नो दैट दिस इज द मिड पॉइंट, सो दिस डिस्टेंस इज 10 सेंटीमीटर एंड दिस डिस्टेंस इज आल्सो 10 सेंटीमीटर. लेट दिस पोजीशन इज A and this position is B and P is the point where Q3 is placed. Now we have to find the force on Q3 due to Q1 and Q2. So to find the force, we will use the supervision principle of the electrostatic forces. Okay. So first we will find the force by Q1 on Q3. So I have suppose this charge is positive and this is also positive. It is a repulsive force. Okay. So Q1 will apply force Q3 which is away from that, and force किसको लग रही है? Q3. Right? कौन लगा रहा है? Q1. So I will write the force on Q3 बाय Q1, सो ऐसे लिखेंगे एंड वेक्टर कहाँ लगाएंगे, जहाँ फोर्स लग रही है, Q3 को फोर्स लग रही है तो वेक्टर यहाँ से शुरू करना है, किधर को है, इट इज रेडियली अवे, राइट। सो फोर्स जो है Q3 के ऊपर बाय Q1, वो उनका F31, इट इज अवे फ्रॉम दिस, राइट। So now we'll find the force on Q3 by Q2. It is also positive charge. It is also positive charge. Repulsive force will be there, and the Q2 will repel the force Q3. And force किस पे निकालनी है, Q3 पे. So vector यहाँ से शुरू करना है. इसकी force में किधर हो जाएगी, toward this side. That is equal to force on third by the second charge. That is away from the B. That is toward the BP or BA. And इसकी force जो है toward AB. Now we'll find the magnitude of these forces. जो 10 सेंटीमीटर है, इट इज इक्वल टू 0.1 मीटर. सो विल फाइंड फर्स्ट F31 इन मैग्नीट्यूड. विल फाइंड फोर्स ऑन Q3, फोर्स ऑन Q3 बाय Q1. इट विल बी इक्वल टू 1/4 पाई एप्सिलॉन नॉट प्रोडक्ट ऑफ द चार्जेस Q1 Q3 स्क्वायर ऑफ द डिस्टेंस, इट्स मीन AP स्क्वायर. तो वैल्यू पुट कर देते हैं 9 × 10⁻⁹. Q1 is 6 माइक्रोकूलम, 6 × 10⁻⁻6, and Q3 is 5, that is 5 × 10⁻⁻6 and divided by AP distance. AP is 0.1 whole square. So this will be equal to 9 × 30 × 10⁻, ये बन जाएगा 9 minus 12, यहाँ से 10⁻2 पर +2 हो जाएगा जाके. So ये वैल्यू आ जाएगी हमारे पास, ठीक है. So it will be nearly 2.7. यहाँ हो गया 2 9 11 हो गया. So 12 minus 1, 2 यहाँ से आ गया, it will be +1. So 27 Newton of the force is acting on Q3 by Q1. Now we'll find the force on Q3 on by Q2, right? So this will be equal to F32. We'll find in magnitude 1/4 pi epsilon naught product of the charges and scalar distance. Distance is BP. So it will be 9 × 10⁻⁹, 5 × 10⁻⁻6 and 10 microcoulomb, 10 × 10⁻⁻6 and square of the distance 0.1 square. Now this will be equal to 9 × 10⁻⁹. So 9 × 5 ले लेते हैं ये, this is 5 and we take the powers of the 10. 9 यहाँ से आ गया, +1 this, -12 this, 10 + 2 ऊपर आ जाएगा, ठीक है. So this will cancel out, that is 45 Newton. Now force on Q3 by Q2 is 45 Newton. Now one force is toward right hand side and other is force toward the left hand side. तो नेट फोर्स क्या होगी, दोनों का वेक्टर सम लगी, क्योंकि दोनों अपोजिट है, कोलिनियर है, तो जो वेक्टर सम है दैट कैन इजीली फाउंड बाय सिंपली एडिंग और सब्ट्रैक्टिंग द मैग्नीट्यूड. सो क्योंकि डायरेक्शन अपोजिट है उनकी, तो यहाँ हम सब्ट्रैक्ट करेंगे. सो नेट फोर्स ऑन द थर्ड चार्ज इट विल बी इक्वल टू उस मैग्नीट्यूड मोर, उसमें से घटाना है, एंड वी नो दैट F32 इज मोर देन द F31. सो विल राइट F32 minus F31. So this is equal to 45 minus 27. So it is 18 Newton. So if you have to write in vector form, net force on this is 18 Newton along PA. So इधर को force होगी उसको toward the left hand side, right? So if I am standing my right hand side and if I am watching this toward the left hand side, right? So force will be along the PA. So in this way we can use the supervisory principle. So we'll do one more numerical. तो थोड़ा सा ये तो बिल्कुल कोलिनियर फोर्स था, तो हम थोड़ी टेढ़ी फोर्स लेते हैं, ऑब्लिक फोर्सेस आएंगी, उनका वेक्टर हम देखते हैं कैसे निकालना है. So there are 3 point charges and it is a square having length and 10 cm, साइड जो है वो 10 cm लेते हैं, right, and there are 4 charges, and it is Q1, it is 2 microcoulomb, that is Q2, it is 10 microcoulomb, that it is Q3, 20 microcoulomb. So मान लो ये फोर्स है हमारे पास यहाँ, that it is Q4 and it is -5 microcoulomb. Okay, so force charges are lying at the corners of a square, right? We wish to find force on Q1 due to all these charges. इनके कारण फोर्स निकालनी है हमने Q1 के ऊपर. ओके, सो 4 चार्जेस हैं, यहाँ पड़ा हुआ है, 3 चार्जेस पड़े हुए हैं. वी हैव टू फाइंड द फोर्स ऑन Q1 ड्यू टू ऑल दिस चार्जेस. हियर अगेन वी विल यूज द सुपरपोजिशन प्रिंसिपल. ओके, सो थोड़ा सा डिफिकल्ट हो जाएगा आगे से, राइट? तो नंबर जो अर्लियर हमने न्यूमेरिकल किया है, राइट, बट वी यूज द सुपरपोजिशन प्रिंसिपल. नाउ वी हैव द 3 फोर्सेस. पहले निकालेंगे इसकी फोर्स Q2 की Q1 के ऊपर. ओके, so I may write 2 microcoulomb over here. So Q2 is positive charge, Q1 is also positive. It has the repulsive force of this, that is force on 1 due to 2. Now Q3 is also positive charge and it is positive charge. It is also repulsive force. So force हो जाएगी, force on 1 due to 3. Now Q4 is negative and this is positive. It has the attractive force. This is the force F14. Okay, so Q1 is experiencing 3 forces, F12, F13 and F14. Now we have to find the vector sum of these forces. Okay, for that what we have to do, we have to resolve the force. This angle is 45 degree, you know, because it is a square and this diagonal will make 45 degree with side. This angle will be 45 degree and this is also 45 degree. So we will find the magnitude of the forces and then I will resolve the F13 because it is oblique. ये इस तरफ है, ये इस तरफ है. One is horizontal, one is vertical and this is oblique. I will resolve this force in rectangular component to find the resultant. Okay, so what will happen? A force will act on this side. One component, it is 1, 3 cos 45 degree over here. So it is sin 45. And one component light over here. इस side में लगेगा. It will be equal to F13 cos 45. So now we have to find the vector sum of 4 forces 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? क्योंकि इसको रिजॉल्व कर लिया है, किधर आ जाएगा, किधर आ जाएगा. Okay, so then by using the vector law we will find the net force on Q1. अब इनकी वैल्यूज निकाल लेते हैं सभी की. F12 in magnitude 1/4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 divided by distance square. So it will be equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9. Q1 is 2 microcoulomb and Q2 is 10 microcoulomb and distance is 0.1 whole square. So 18 into 10 raised power 18 हो गया, यहाँ से हो गया हमारा 10, 12, it will cancel out, तो 18 Newton will be there. So magnitude of force on Q1 by Q2 is 18 Newton. Now we'll find the magnitude of this force F13. For that I need the distance. What will be this distance? 10 square का square root. So it will be 10 root 2 centimeter. Okay. So force on 1 due to 3 F13 will be equal to 1/4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q3 and distance is 10 root 2 centimeter, यानी कि 10 root 2 minus 2 whole square. ठीक है. So it will be equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9 product of the charges 2 into 10 raised to minus 6 and Q3 is 20 into 10 raised to minus 6 and this distance will become 100 into 2 and 10 raised to minus 4. Okay, so this 2 will cancel out, so it will be equal to 180 and power will be equal to 2 minus 2 plus 11 minus 1 into 10 raised to minus 1, it is again 18 Newton. and this force is also 18 Newton. Next we will find the force on Q1 by Q4. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q4 and distance 10 centimeter 0.1 square, so it will be equal to 9 into 10 raised to 9 Q1 Q4, that is 2 into 10 raised to minus 6, and Q4 is 5 into 10 raised to minus 6. As we are finding the magnitude only, no need not to take the sign, negative sign over here, so it will be 10 raised to minus 2. So it will be 9 into 10 raised to power, so 5 10 हो जाएगा यहाँ से, ये 10 पावर होगी 12, इट इज ओनली 9 न्यूटन. ओके, सो नाउ 3 फोर्सेस आर एक्टिंग. F12 जो है, सो दिस फोर्स 18, दिस इज फोर्स 18 एंड दिस इज 9. ओके, सो वी हैव टू फाइंड द वेक्टर सम ऑफ दिस फोर्सेस. इसको हम रिजॉल्व कर लिया है. सो नाउ व्हाट कंडीशन वी हैव, वन फोर्स इज हियर, अदर इज हियर एंड टू फोर्सेस इज इन डायरेक्शन. Okay, so this force is F13 sin 45. It means that it is F13 root 2. Okay, so F13 root 2 mean 18 upon root 3 root 2. So it will be equal to 9 root 2. Okay, and other force is F12 18. F12 is 18 Newton, right? Next this component F13 cos 45, that is again 9 root 2, this one, and one force is acting this side, F14 is 9. Okay, so this is the net force on Q1 due to all the charges. अब ये दो फोर्स इधर है, इनको ऐड कर लेना है, ये दोनों अपोजिट हैं, इनको सबट्रैक्ट कर लेना है. ओके, so if you add it, so what will happen, so ये फोर्स आ जाएगा हमारे पास, it will be 9 root 2 minus 9, so 9 root 2 minus 1, that is 9, 1.414 minus 1, that is equal to 9 multiplied 0.414, so we'll calculate it later on. And here in this side it is 18 plus 9 root 2. So if you take out 9 common, it is 2 plus root 2, it is 9, 2 plus 1.414, it is 9 multiplied by 3.414, or this force will be equal to 3.726 Newton, and it will be equal to so this force will be 30.726 Newton. Okay, and this force is 3.726 Newton. Net force is the resultant of this. Okay, so F will be equal to, as angle between them is 90 degree now. Okay, हमने +1 में किया रिजॉल्व करके. So now we have the only two forces, one is this, other is this. इन दोनों को ऐड करके फोर्स आ गया और यहाँ से कट करके फोर्स आ गई है. ओके, सो इन दोनों का हमने वेक्टर सम लेना है. सो दिस फोर्स विल बी इक्वल टू 30.726 स्क्वायर प्लस 3.726 होल स्क्वायर का स्क्वायर रूट. सो आफ्टर यूजिंग दिस वी कैन फाइंड द वैल्यू ऑफ द फोर्स. सो द रिजल्टेंट ऑफ द फोर्सेस विल कम आउट टू बी नियरली 31 न्यूटन. So in this way we can use the superposition principle of electrostatic forces to find the force on a given charge due to the number of charges. ठीक है ना, तो यही नहीं खत्म होता, नंबर बहुत सारे हैं, राइट. सो तो उसको अगले जो है लेक्चर में करते हैं. नेक्स्ट इसमें जो लास्ट टॉपिक है, दैट इज द कॉन्टिन्यूस चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन एंड द फोर्स ऑन अ गिवन चार्ज ड्यू टू द कॉन्टिन्यूस चार्ज. ओके, सो नाउ we'll study the continuous charge distribution. Okay, so continuous charge distribution mean कि charge is everywhere in the body. Okay, so charge is full of body. Actually charge is discrete. Okay, if we give some amount of the charge to a body, the packet of the charges will lie at different places in the body. Okay, and such distribution is called discrete distribution of the charges. Okay, but if we give large amount of charge to the body, right, so what will happen, the packet of the charges, the quanta of the charges will lie very close to each other, and the distance between them can be neglected in that case. Okay, so the charge distribution in that case becomes continuous, that appears continuous. So it appears that there is a charge everywhere in the body. Okay, and such charge distribution is called the continuous charge distribution. Okay, or we can say that in macroscopic level, macroscopic level means when large amount of charge is given to the body. Okay, so in macroscopic level, the discrete nature of charge या quantum nature of charge can be neglected. ओके क्यों, क्योंकि पैकेट्स जो है वो इतने नज़दीक लाई करेंगे कि उनमें से डिस्टेंस जो है उसको हम छोड़ सकते हैं, नेगलेक्ट कर सकते हैं. तो इट विल अपीयर दैट द बॉडी के अंदर जो है हर एक जगह में चार्ज है, एंड चार्ज जो है यूनिफॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड है एंड कॉन्टिन्यूस है. ओके, सो इन फिजिक्स वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी थ्री काइंड ऑफ द कॉन्टिन्यूस चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, राइट, दैट इज लीनियर चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, surface charge distribution and the volume charge distribution. So first charge distribution is the linear charge distribution. So it is the case when the charge is distributed in one dimension or along a line or along a curved wire. Okay, so just like a charged wire, if the charge is distributed on a wire or along a one line, then the distribution is called linear charge distribution. Linear mean line. Okay, so it is called linear charge distribution. To study the force on a given charge due to the linear charge distribution, a physical quantity is defined, that is called the linear charge density. Right, so its symbol is lambda. Suppose this is a wire and it has given some charge. Say Q charge is given, L is the length of the wire, that is linear charge distribution. Then the linear charge density of this charge distribution will be charge per unit length. Charge per unit length, that is Q by L. So unit क्या बन जाएंगे, इसके 1 कूलम, इसके 1 मीटर, that is coulomb per meter. So this is the SI unit of the linear charge density. Okay, so if I take very small portion of this, that is called the elementary length element, and it has small amount of charge, then the lambda may also be written as dq by dl. Okay, and this is the linear charge density at a point on the wire, and this is the value of the average charge linear density of the wire. Okay, so now we have to find the force on a charge due to the linear charge density. ओके, ये वायर दी हुई है, चार्ज वायर है, उसके कारण फोर्स निकालनी है हमें इसी चार्ज के ऊपर. सो उसके लिए हमें क्या करना है, वी हैव टू यूज द सुपरफिशियल प्रेशर अलोंग विद, पर थोड़ा सा मॉडिफाइड फॉर्म में है. वो कैसे, मान लो ये एक वायर है, इट इज चार्ज वायर एंड दैट हैज लीनियर चार्ज डेंसिटी ऑफ लैम्डा and length is L, and say this is a point, a charge is lying over here, say Qi, Q1, Q, and we have to find the force on Q due to this wire. Okay, so for that what we will do, मान लो इसको हमने डिवाइड किया है डिफरेंट पोर्शन में, so it is equal to delta L1, delta L2, delta L3 and so on, delta N. So we will find the force on this due to this वैल्यू ऑफ द चार्जेस. ठीक है, मान लो इसके बाद चार्ज जो है इट इज डेल्टा Q1 चार्ज है, इसके बाद डेल्टा Q2 चार्ज है, इसके बाद डेल्टा Q3 चार्ज है, एंड इट हैज द वैल्यू ऑफ द डेल्टा Qn. ओके, सो वी विल फाइंड द फोर्स ऑन Q ड्यू टू ऑल दीस चार्जेस, राइट. सो दिस वन लाइक दिस. ओके, सो नेट फोर्स ऑन दिस विल बी इक्वल टू फोर्स ड्यू टू द फर्स्ट चार्ज, let it be delta F1, force to the second charge delta F2, force to the third charge delta F3 and so on, force due to the nth charge delta Fn. Okay, but it is the superficial principle of electrostatic forces when charges are discrete. Okay, but the when charges are very close to each other, when charge is distribution continuous, okay, so in that case delta L is taken very small, that is dl. अगर ये फॉर्मूला लिखें तो इसको हम ऐसे लिखेंगे, समेशन delta f I will vary from 1 to m. Okay, as the charge distribution continues, so what will happen, we have to suppose delta L very small, that is elementary form में dl. Okay, so we have to suppose wire is divided into infinite components. This infinite wire होगी, length होगी इसकी, and we have to find the force due to every element, and we have to take the vector sum. So in that case the summation will change into the integration. So net force on Q due to the whole wire will be integration of df I. ठीक है, जितनी फोर्स है उनका हम इंटीग्रेशन कर लेंगे, इन सभी का जो है वो वेक्टर सम करेंगे. तो है सुपरपोजिशन प्रिंसिपल ही है, ठीक है, बट इन दिस केस द चार्ज डिस्टेंस इज कंटीन्यूअस, सो इन प्लेस ऑफ समेशन विल टेक द इंटीग्रेशन. ओके, सो इस तरह से जो है इसके पीछे आइडिया है निकालने का. सो मैं डायरेक्ट फॉर्मूला निकालता हूँ, कैसे डायरेक्टली यूज करेंगे. Suppose this is a wire and it has the linear charge density of lambda and it has a length L, and this is the point, a charge line Q, and on which you have to find the force. So इसका एक elementary portion suppose कर लेते हैं dl, it has length dq and it has a distance of r, and the force on Q due to this line element, the small portion of the charge यानी कि dq is equal to df, say it will be equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught product of the charges q into dq divided by scale of the distance. Okay, as lambda is equal to dq by dl, तो dq कितना बन जाएगा, lambda dl के बराबर. So this force becomes df will be equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q into lambda dl by r square. Now net force on f on Q due to the whole wire is given by the integration. Net force will be equal to integration taken over the whole length, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q lambda dl by r square. So जो constant है वो अंदर वहाँ आते हैं and variable will put inside. So Q is constant, lambda is constant. It is Q lambda upon 4 pi epsilon naught integration taken over the L. It is dl by r square. So dl is also variable, length is variable, r is also variable, because for this point r is different, for this r is different, for this r is different. So this is the formula to find the force on a given charge due to the linear charge distribution. Okay, so नेक्स्ट जो है वैसे मैथमेटिकल है, थोड़ा जो है ऑकवर्ड लगता है कि किस तरह निकालेंगे, बट व्हेन वी डू द न्यूमेरिकल तो हमें पता लग जाएगा कि ये क्या है, इसकी यूजफुलनेस है एंड हाउ जस्टिफाइड इट इज. नेक्स्ट यू हैव सरफेस चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. So it is the distribution when the charge is distributed over the surface of body or in two dimension, just like a sheet of charge, just like a charge on a surface of the conductor. एक spherical conductor है, उसको charge दिया to lie on the surface, ठीक है, so that will be the surface charge distribution. Okay, so to find the force on a given charge due to the surface charge distribution, a property of the surface charge distribution is given, that is called surface charge density. Okay, so suppose this is some surface, right, and it has given some charge. So Q is the charge on it and it has surface area of A, right? Then in this case a quantity is defined, that is called surface charge density. So symbol होता है इसका sigma, that is charge per unit area. If I take a small portion of the surface, that is ds, right, and it has a charge of dq, then this can also be written as dq by ds, charge per unit area. Okay, so it is the property of the point या continuous instantaneous value है charge sigma की. Okay, and it will give the value of average value of the surface charge density. Okay, so यूनिट क्या बन जाएंगे इसके, अगर Q 1 कूलम है, एरिया 1 मीटर स्क्वायर है, so कूलम पर मीटर स्क्वायर इज द यूनिट ऑफ द सरफेस चार्ज डेंसिटी. ओके, अब हमें निकालनी है फोर्स ऑन ए गिवन चार्ज ड्यू टू होल सरफेस. ये जो सरफेस है चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, इसके कारण फोर्स निकालनी है. तो जैसे पहले बताया तो उसी तरह से करना पड़ेगा हमें, राइट. सपोज this is a surface and it has a surface area of S, right, and surface charge density sigma. And suppose this is a small elementary portion of the area, that is ds, and it has a charge dq, and first we'll find the force on q by this dq, let it be df. So how much it is, df will be equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q into dq by r square, अगर ये यहाँ से डिस्टेंस का r है. Okay, we know that sigma is equal to dq by ds, so it's mean that dq will be equal to sigma ds. So we can put over here, so df will be equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q sigma ds upon r square. Now we have to find the net force on q due to the whole charge distribution. इसके सारे कारण निकालनी है, तो क्या करेंगे हम, इंटीग्रेशन ले लेंगे. So f will be equal to df of taken over the whole surface, that is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q into sigma into ds by r square into ds. ठीक है, so we can put the two integration over here. तो टू डायमेंशन या सरफेस में इंटीग्रेशन करनी है तो दो साइन भी पुट कर सकते हो, ठीक है ना. तो अगर एक इंटीग्रेशन का साइन लगाना तब भी चलेगा. तो कांस्टेंट बाहर निकाल लेते हैं, इट विल बी इक्वल टू q सिग्मा अपॉन 4 पाई एप्सिलॉन नॉट, सो s and ds upon r square. ओके, सो ds and r इज वेरिएबल बिकॉज अगर ds यहाँ सपोज किया तो r अलग रहेगा, ds यहाँ सपोज किया तो r अलग रहेगा. सो r इज आल्सो वेरिएबल, ds is also variable. So it is a mathematical formula to find the force on a charge due to surface charge distribution. And third charge distribution is the volume. In case of volume charge distribution, charge is distributed in the entire portion of the body, entire region of the body. कोई body है 3 dimensional body, just like cube हो गया, cuboid हो गया, sphere हो गया, cone हो गया, and just like the irregular भी shape हो सकती है. तो चार्ज जो है बॉडी में पूरे रीजन में डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड है, अंदर भी है, राइट, एंड एट एवरी पॉइंट साइड इट एंड ऑन द सरफेस, एंड सच डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन इज कॉल्ड वॉल्यूम चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. ओके, so this is a irregular body which is 3-dimensional body, and charge is distributed in the entire region of the body and on the surface. Okay, to study the effect of such charge distribution या force on a charge due to such charge distribution, a physical quantity defined in this case, that is called the volume charge density. So it is volume charge distribution. So इस केस में डिफाइन करेंगे वॉल्यूम चार्ज डेंसिटी, जिसको रो से लिखते हैं, इट इज चार्ज पर यूनिट वॉल्यूम, चार्ज पर यूनिट वॉल्यूम ऑफ द बॉडी. अगर ये बॉडी है पूरी, इसमें चार्ज जो है वो Q है और इसका वॉल्यूम V है, तो रो विल बी इक्वल टू वॉल्यूम चार्ज डेंसिटी विल बी Q अपॉन V. तो यूनिट क्या बन जाएंगे, कूलम अपॉन मीटर क्यूब, दैट इज कूलम पर मीटर क्यूब. सो इट इज द SI यूनिट ऑफ द वॉल्यूम चार्ज डेंसिटी. If I suppose a small portion of this, I suppose this small portion of the volume charge distribution and has the volume dV and charge dQ, then this surface charge distribution, volume charge distribution can also be written as dQ by dV. So it will give the instantaneous value of the rho and it will give the average value of the rho. Okay, so now we have to find the force on a given charge due to this charge distribution, volume charge distribution. जैसे पहले किया था वैसे करना है. मान लो एक चार्ज है Q यहाँ पड़ा हुआ है, राइट, उसके ऊपर फोर्स निकालनी है ड्यू टू द होल चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. विल फोर्स a small portion of it, the elementary volume, say it is dV, and charge on this elementary volume is dQ, and we'll find the force on Q due to by this charge distribution volume element having charge dQ. अगर ये डिस्टेंस आ रहा है, इसके ऊपर फोर्स कितनी मिल जाएगी, स्मॉल फोर्स एलिमेंट्री फोर्स विल बी इक्वल टू 1/4 pi epsilon naught Q into dQ divided by scale of the distance. We know that rho is equal to dQ by dv. So d को कितना मिल जाएगा, rho dv. So I can put the value rho dv over here. So it will be rho into dv. Now the net force on Q due to the whole charge distribution is the integration taken over the whole volume. Okay, so F will be equal to dF. Integration is taken over the whole volume, that is 1/4 pi epsilon naught Q rho dV upon r square and integration taken over the volume. So volume integration को आप 3 से भी लिख सकते हो. You can put the 3 line also, right? अगर एक भी पुट कर दोगे तो चलेगा. Okay, so such type formula will be there. Constant बाहर निकाल लेते हैं, Q rho upon 4 pi epsilon naught. So it will be equal to dV upon r square taken over the volume V. So here again volume and distance is variable. क्यों? क्योंकि इसका डिस्टेंस हर एक जगह से अलग है. ओके, सो वॉल्यूम हमने ये लेना पूरा. वॉल्यूम विल वेरी फ्रॉम दिस एलिमेंट टू होल एंड डिस्टेंस विल बी डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द डिफरेंट पॉइंट. सो इंटीग्रेशन के अंदर आर लेके चलना है. सो दिस इज द नेट फोर्स ऑन द चार्ज Q ड्यू टू दिस वॉल्यूम चार्ज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. ओके, so in this way you can find the force on a given charge due to the volume charge distribution, surface charge distribution and linear charge distribution, or you can say by continuous charge distribution. Okay, so this finishes your first chapter, charges and the forces. Okay, so numerical we'll do the numerical of this portion, continuous charge distribution, next time, right, to make you clear that, to make you understand clearly that how this formula is used, right, to find the force on a given charge. So that's all for today. Okay, so next time we'll do some numerical of this, and the second portion of that is the electric field. Okay.